My guest today is Jim White. He is Vice President of Central Operations and Chief Procurement Officer for Applied Materials. Jim, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Tell me a little bit about the industry in which Applied Materials thrives or exists.
I'd be glad to. Yeah, we're a large capital equipment industry. We predominantly serve three different markets: the semiconductor equipment market, the display market, and solar and energy systems markets.
So what are you recognized for in the industry? What's your kind of niche or position?
Yeah, our niche is we really solve high-value problems for our customers. They come to us for precision materials modification work, for advanced ability to solve their problems, mainly in the chipsets or in devices and display and in solar.
And what would be like a customer profile? What types of industry, what type of customers do you serve?
We serve a lot of different customers. In our semiconductor space, virtually anybody that makes a microchip anywhere in the world, in some part of their process, use Applied Materials equipment. Same in the solar space and in the display market. We're the known names that most people are aware of, the Samsungs, folks like that, all use our equipment to build their products.
So you're inside, but you don't have a sticker on the outside to tell us.
Exactly right. Exactly. We're very little known, but we're in a lot of products everybody has.
What was life like for you before implementing rapid response?
It was a lot slower than it is today. You know, it's been interesting. Our industry has consolidated a lot over the years, which gives a lot more leverage to our customer base. And because of that, and because of the demand cycles, we've had to be a lot more responsive than we were capable of being 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Rapid response with Kinaxis has been able to enable us to do modeling in real time for our business, which has really been tremendous to meet our customer expectations.
Did you come to a particular moment or realization or trigger that caused you to realize you needed some kind of a change?
Well, it was really a matter of efficiency. We were able to respond to what our customer needs were, but we couldn't get a definitive answer when they wanted to drop in demand. We could use a lot of capabilities and spreadsheets to see what was available to us, but it took so long, we really didn't have the time to calibrate with our supply chain if they could meet those accelerated demands. It was an inflection for us that we either had to have the business and win the business, or someone else was going to get it. The speed mattered for us.
Were you facing more demand variability or volatility?
Our market is very volatile all the time, actually. We're very highly cyclical. So as far as volume of product is concerned, it varies significantly with the business cycles in the economy. And as far as each one of our products, they're highly configurable. So we are the classic low volume, high mix industry that we deal in.
And you're in an industry where technological advancement is just nonstop, faster than ever before. What we've seen in terms of what's happening with microchips and the like, so you have to adjust to that upstream as well as customer demand downstream.
Absolutely.
There's this challenge too of kind of compressing the time to identify planned deviations. Did you face that, and was that something you really needed to address with rapid response?
Yeah, it certainly was. As a matter of fact, when we go through our cycles, sometimes we can double and triple in a quarter, quarter over quarter. And the ability to make some difficult decisions about, can you address all of the customer demands, or do you have to prioritize customer demands? And do those demands dovetail in with what your service expectations are? In some cases, you have constrained inventory. You want to make the best decisions possible between hitting new product sales plus supporting the market afterwards in our services business. And
you got to make these decisions in much less time than before, these basic supply chain decisions.
Absolutely.
So what you need is more responsiveness. Is that visible to the end customer? I mean, can they see when you make these changes in your organization, is it an obvious thing to them that you're able to respond to them faster and able to match supply and demand in a way that you weren't able to do before?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is. We've been recognized by a couple of our customers, as a matter of fact, when they've come in with large procurement orders in short lead time, because they're managing their customer cycles very rapidly. If there's a big demand for tablets, they need to get a lot more chips right away. They'll come in and give us high expectations for equipment deliveries. We're able to turn around and give them response within a day or two now. We couldn't do that in the past. They appreciate it.
As big as you are, as omnipresent as you are, I'm sure you have competitive challenges too. You have other competitors out there, so it must, or is it difficult not to feel complacent about where you are in the industry and the part you play?
Yeah, we do not take any of our competitors for granted. There's a bunch of tremendous technology out there. There are a lot of very good competitors that are all fighting for the exact same business. And we know the reality is if you miss one of those windows, it can be 2 or 3 years before you can get back in to regain that customer trust and regain that market share.
So while you probably have some long-term customer relationships, they can, in a moment's notice, I imagine they can evaporate if you're not keeping up your level of customer service.
Yeah, a combination of responsiveness and technology. If you don't have both of those things, you can lose customers rapidly.
There's also the question of just moving from this idea of achieving individual functional excellence within where you see these individual pain points to coming to some kind of end-to-end supply chain enablement. I mean, I'm wondering how you move from one to the other.
It's been a challenge, actually, because in our industry, it's a very mature industry. We've been around for a long period of time, since the 60s. And when you look at us, we're used to being able to have phone call communications, and we're used to having our supply base very close to our manufacturing facilities. That's not the case anymore. We're global. Our customers are global. Our sales reps are global. Our supply chain is global. We have to be fast. We have to be agile to make sure that all of our partners are linked all the time. It's amazing. The entire company embraces that now, where it used to be more of an insular, what we did in our own 4 walls was the major concern. We can't live that way.
You want to be careful about not committing yourself to a path that's going to be the wrong path. So there must be some importance placed on this idea of what if scenario analysis. Can you talk about that? Was that a capability you had before, or did you achieve that with rapid response, and how do you utilize it today?
Prior to having rapid response, we did a lot of what if scenarios basically on the back of envelopes. We didn't have a lot of data. We went back through and we used some of our statistical tools to be able to go in and look at feasibility, both from the external perspective with our suppliers and frankly from the internal perspective with our labor. With rapid response, we're able to model so quickly. We can do multiple scenarios in rapid succession, get that information back to us and make really strong decisions based on what comes out of the system.
How far away are you, or maybe you're there already for all I know, achieving visibility across your supply chain, up multiple tiers upstream and downstream to your ultimate customers?
Great question. It really is our next major adventure with Kinaxis. Today we've been focused pretty much internally and ability to be able to communicate with our immediate supplier. Taking it that next step, we also believe is going to be an enabler for us to even be faster than we are today.
So first getting your own house in order, then going to the most immediate partners, and then working your way up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite part of rapid response?
Honestly, it's just the speed. You know, for my guys, I can send in a message. We have a build plan meeting every Wednesday morning. By the time we leave that meeting in my office before I go to lunch is any scenario planning that I want. Plus, we have the ability to list out supplier partners that we may need to contact to be able to get them to buy in on what our plans are when we want to take those inside a lead time risks to help our customers meet their problems.
If we were to sneak around your office, would we still see a spreadsheet or two?
Probably a couple, not as many as you used to though. Absolutely.
On their way out.
On their way out, yeah.
Jim, thanks so much for sharing your story about Applied Materials with us today. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks.
I've been speaking with Jim White of Applied Materials. Thank you very much for watching.